The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Hey everybody, my name is General Mike Flynn, and I'm here to do a big shout out for my great friend and one of the best in the business, Mr. Doug Billings. Right Side with Doug Billings, Right Side with Doug Billings. Doug is the future of the airwaves when it comes to independent broadcasters and podcasters. He is the new Rush Limbaugh. He's exactly what America needs right now, looking for honesty, looking for wisdom, looking for truth, looking for patriotism. Listen to Doug Billings at Right Side with Doug Billings. God bless you and God bless America, and thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are winning. We're winning. Welcome to The Right Side with Doug Billings. Are you ready?
We are not liberal snowflakes who melt away in the face of tragedy, adversity, and challenge. We are a covenant nation under God, and His divine providence is not dead and it's not gone. It is living within each and every one of you. And you will bring it to life in such a way that the world has never seen before. We never back down. We never give up. We march forward.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to The Right Side. Doug Billings with you, coming to you from smack dab in the middle of the fruited plain. Wow, 4.5 years in YouTube jail. But I'm out. I've been released. They say I was sentenced in error, that my channel was taken down in error. Whatever. I'll take it. I'm glad I'm back. Check me out on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. The channel is Welcome to the Right Side over on YouTube. Welcome to the Right Side. Subscribe. It's free. It's free to subscribe. Welcome to the Right Side over on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, so that you can get daily updates and special content that you don't get anywhere else. We're in this thing together, ladies and gentlemen, believe it, for the Republic. And today, also want to talk about President Trump and the incredible progress we have made with regards to deportation of illegal criminal aliens. We have never seen anything like this, folks, ever. He has deported more people in 7 months than any other combination of presidents combined, the most in American history. Since taking office on January 20th of this year, the Trump administration has deported 515,000 people. They're on a clip to make 600,000 people before the end of the year. Unprecedented for any president's first term, much less an entire 4-year period. So it gets even better because we're going to talk about 2 million immigrants who have left altogether. 2 million have left altogether. I want to say that again, including a whopping 1.6 million of them who have self-deported voluntarily after realizing the free ride is over. And look, that's a great plan. It's a great setup that the Trump administration has put in effect. The United States pays the bill for illegal immigrants to gather up their families and go back to their country of origin, and then get in line and fill out the proper paperwork to come back here legally. That's how it's done, folks. That's how it's done. And then you add on top of the 515,000 who have been deported, we look at the number of arrests that have been made since President Trump took over. 485,000. By the Department of Homeland Security alone. That's not even counting ICE and FBI and others. The worst of the worst, excuse me, the criminal element, those, child rapists, arsonists, anarchists, kidnappers, you name it, gone. You've got a border enforcement mechanism that is finally allowed to fire on all cylinders. You look around, I understand this is just the beginning, and that's what President Trump himself says, just the beginning. If you think this is good, stick around because the best is yet to come, right? You look at a place in Panama, for example, I don't know if you do, but I did, called the Darien Gap, where it was a common and popular crossing point, a funnel from people coming up from the southern South America. And it is 100% closed. The word has gotten out Just stop and go back. Those migrant hordes that we saw under Administrator Biden and Vice Pretender Harris, they're stopped. They're gone. The word is out. You might as well just turn around. The party's over. The gravy train is done. 100% border closure at one of the key points. And don't forget that the radical liberal agenda under the Biden-Harris administration was to create that kind of chaos, the kind of chaos that comes along with unfettered access into a country. The open border was their number one vehicle to create chaos. Chaos, of course, the patron demon of the radical left communist socialist, formerly known as Democrat Party. Chaos. We must have chaos if you're a member of the radical left. And ladies and gentlemen, these aren't just stats, numbers, facts, and figures. This is a testament to what bold leadership can do. Bold American first leadership. As of September 23rd, that's just last month in case you're from Raytown, Missouri, the Department of Homeland Security announced that 2 million illegal aliens have been removed or have been self-deported in less than 250 days. And that proves that Trump's policies are working faster than anyone imagined. On August 14th, Secretary Kristi Noem, she's already touting 1.6 million departures in her first 200 days, folks. A decline in illegals that's reshaping the very demographic of our nation overnight. And by the way, Trump is reducing numbers of illegals that the communist socialists, formerly known as Democrat Party, were hoping would become part of their new electoral base. Don't forget that. And really, that's the reason we see kook parades and kook marches across the country. They know what Trump is putting an end to, and they're acting out. They're throwing tantrums. They're mad as hell that President Trump is dismantling their illegal election base agenda. Wait, we wanted all of these people to vote for our candidates. How dare you turn off the spigot? That's what's being done. ICE, Tom Holman and his group, they alone have deported 200,000 people since Trump came back into office. 7 months, folks, just 7 months. And our fiscal year is coming to an end here in 2025. We're looking at potentially an ICE tally of over 300,000 deportations if you include all of their enforcement actions that have been going on. The immigration population has shrunk in America by 2.6% to 51.9 million. That's as of June of this year. That is the first decline in immigration in America in over 50 years. I mean, talk about reversing the tide. And when you look at it from another, get this, in the first 100 days of Trump's presidency, arrests skyrocketed to just over 151,000, with 72,000 removals in just 98 days post-Trump inauguration. Critics, of course, mass deportation is not friendly. There is no human dignity in all of that. And let me take just a second to talk to you. How dare they talk about human dignity? They gaslight and project their horror show on us. They are not the party of human dignity. When you look at our southern border and what these poor people had to experience to get to the United States, you realize no one came to the United States via our southern border unless they dealt with and paid off in some form or fashion the cartels. And in many gruesome cases, they paid off the cartels with human beings so that they can get, and many times, yes, as you may surmise, many times that involved children. Human dignity. Let me remind you, ladies and gentlemen, on the southern border, on the Mexican side, they have along the path that these immigrants, these poor, desperate people took And I have a great deal of sympathy and empathy, and that's another point that the radical left will gaslight us on. But before I digress too far, on the southern border in Mexico, on the pathways that these people had to take in order to get to the United States, there are what they call rape trees. Rape trees. Trees with the undergarments and clothing of women, children, girls, and boys, strung in them as trophies, gruesome reminders of the horror that these people had to face because of the cartels on their way to the United States. Yet our commune socialist, formerly known as Democrat Party, encouraged these people to come up. You think that there's any human dignity in that? They are the destroyers of human dignity, the radical left movement in this country. We have done, on the right side, we have done everything possible to house, protect, and take care of these people. The left simply wants a ballot box checked. It's gruesome. And this is all on the radical left agenda. Point A, because they want the electoral base of their side to expand. And then point B, and perhaps more frightening of all, is that they want to dilute the very identity of the United States. That is it. They see it happening in France and Italy and Germany. Why not try it here? France, Italy, and Germany hardly have any self-identity left anymore as a country. That's the radical left agenda. That's why they do not and cannot, in fact, they're under orders not to support anything that President Trump does. Therefore, and thereby, here we are in the shutdown going into a month. You can't do anything Trump does. You can't support anything that Trump does. Believe me, literally, they are under orders not to. From who? From the radical liberal hierarchy. That's who. The party of human dignity, my backside. They destroy and rip away and shred human dignity. The kook parade that we saw last weekend is a temper tantrum because they know Trump's winning. They see their deep state liberal agenda being taken away from them day by day. 515,000 potential voters of the radical left movement, and that's what they view them as, taken away and gone, with the possibility by the end of the year to get that number to 600,000 and continue to count. Folks, no human entity is perfect. No political party run by human beings is perfect. The radical liberal Democrat Commune Socialist Party has stripped away God, providence, and the intent of the founding fathers. I put it to you, look at what they do. Look at the results of what they put in place. Open borders. They don't prosecute violent criminals with extreme prejudice. Chaos is always the result. They want chaos. That's the only conclusion you can draw. The radical left Commune Socialist, formerly known as Democrat Party, is clearly not a pro-America political party. Evidence of the obvious is sufficient. Let me know what you think in the comments, ladies and gentlemen, please. And head over to my YouTube channel. Welcome to the right side. Subscribe. It's free to subscribe. And click on the bell so that you get notifications when I drop new content. We will be bringing exclusive content over there. And let's meet in determined prayer and determined patriotism, because we are in this together, ladies and gentlemen. Believe it. For the Republic. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.